This is trigger 9mm, bringing you the Chiappa 22M1. Now, take this gun down since there ain't too many YouTube videos of this, so I decided to make my own this time. There's this little bayonet holder, but mine's plastic because it's Chiappa and they didn't want to put a real one on there. It's a little flathead right here. You're going to take that down, unscrew it. And there's that little push pin in there. You're just going to push that in until it clicks, unclicks, and just pull it straight up. There it goes. Top half comes off. And then on the back side, there's actually a little screw right there. You don't need to unloosen that, take out the whole entire gun. See how easy that was? That piece actually stays in there. It's just like a catch release little thing right there. It actually just catches the back side of the gun. Now, what I normally do first is I'm going to take apart the bolt first. There's a catch right there. You take it out that. And then there's one on the bottom side. We'll go ahead and do that first. So you catch it on that back side, lift it straight out. It'll come off that bolt right there. See how it came off that bolt? You could actually take your bolt out from this point. Your bolt should slide right out the top if it gets in your way. If you want to. Mine won't come out because this is still in the way. Now you pull it back to that second catch. Pull that out too. Now this is always the fun part for me. Just trying to get it around the scope. Mine came right out this time. What do we call it? There it is. Alright. Now your bolt should come right out. No, it comes out the top. Won't come out the bottom. And there is some rails in there. Actually, that bolt flies on, so I always make sure I oil that because it's always going to wear and tear. Now, if you want to take this down all the way, take your punch it out. I normally do, just to make sure it's all clean. Now you just push this forward, comes right out. You can disarm this by pulling the trigger and holding this. Let me see, I did that last time. There it is. Now you can take apart this by sliding this forward, as you guys can see, and then you got to relieve the pressure, just like that. I'll let you take that out. This just comes right out. It's real easy. And then that's how you clean your whole entire assembly in there. Put it back together the same way it came apart. First time I took apart this gun, I didn't know that. I had to guesstimate how to put it all apart and take it apart and put it back together. There are very many YouTube videos explaining how to. Same way that spring went in there. Only goes in there one way. Always push it back down to hold it for reassembly. Now it's real easy from there to actually get in there and clean your barrel out. I usually use something off of you know, you can get this at Walmart. It's a 22 cleaner. You can get this kit for like 11 bucks. So, alright, we'll put it back together so that way you guys can see that. Start with the lower half. It's real simple. Always leave the bolt out into the second half. It makes it a lot more easier. Lift up a little bit. Kind of just goes right back in there. Flip it over, put roll pin back in. I always try to make sure it's a little bit even. Did a pretty good job on that time. Now you can go ahead and reassemble and put your bolt back in there. Always like to do it at this point in time. That's got your firing pin and everything in there. Always make sure I grease this because that's where it rides on that rail on the inside of there. Because if you don't, I think, you know, wear and tear get to it eventually. You could just push this bolt straight back and it should push this piece down. That's how you get it all the way in there. Alright. Next piece. I always put my spring in there first because it's a lot easier. And then that's got that little piece inside there that you put this little titty on. Then it goes assembly the same way it came apart. Okay, got the front side on there. Now let's catch that bolt. And on the way back, I'm going to push inwards to make sure it flies in that slot. Pretty easy. And this button does come apart. If you push it from the bottom, there's a little spring in there. You guys will see it. If you push it from the bottom, you guys can clean that out and get the grittiness out of there. Alright, from then on, it's pretty simple. Right back together. As you can see, there's a little catch on the back side where that screw is. That's why you don't have to take it apart, because that screw is just sitting there just to hold the rest of it in. Put it back in there, just same way it came out. Simple as that. You guys can see it's flat there. Make sure it's all together right. Always make sure you put the middle in downwards towards your receiver and your bolt. There's a little catch right here. You can get that in. And you just push this down until it clicks. Just like that. Make sure it caught around the wood. Screw this down. I always make sure I tighten this kind of tight, even though if it is a piece of plastic, but it's holding them two pieces of wood together. Alright. Now, my review over this 22, it's pretty good. I shot about 4 magazines through it. It ran flawlessly for me. I do put the scope on it because of the cheesy original factory sights. They're plastic. I mean, they could easily just fall off. The front one's plastic. And it is super cheesy. So I just replaced it with an old 22 Weaver scope I got off of my father. This little thing's sweet. If you guys ever come across one of them scopes, they are one of the best scopes, man. It says Weaver right on it. Old. It's a nice squirrel gun now. It does have a safety mechanism right there. It keeps you from firing it with it like that. That means fire. Gun goes bang. Won't hurt it to dry fire it at all because it misses the hole. And I just seem to love this gun. Nice 22. As you guys can see, it's got the original same one like the real M1 Grant. You put like a flint starter in there to hold the sling to it, and then the sling comes out the other side and goes up the top. Slings around there. And you know, even if you find the original M1 stock, the front sights and the rear sights will fit on this gun. believe it or not. Well, this is Trigger 9mm. Please hit the like and subscribe button, and we'll be bringing you more videos.